Hey, 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 welcome back. Today is gonna be so good. We are talking about feeling like a badass, creating feelings of badassness on demand. Now, badass is the word that I'm using for super confident, go-getter, fierce, like totally unstoppable. But if there's a different word that means that to you that you wanna try to use instead, that's totally fine. Just swap out your favorite word for badass. But feeling like a badass is amazing. Feeling good is the point of all this work that we're doing, because when we feel good, that means that we can reach our full potential and really go for it in our lives in every way, and that means we can make an amazing contribution to the world. So feeling badass is, in a crazy way, an act of service. It is volunteer work for the world to feel good, because when you feel good, you're showing up as yourself, and it's going to allow you to create so much value and awesomeness in the world that you don't create when you feel insecure, when you're second guessing yourself, when you think I have nothing to offer the world. That's when you're staying inside your house and watching TV and eating Doritos all day long, and then you're not making any contribution to the world, okay? So feeling like a badass is important and it's of service to the world, and so I really want to encourage you to try this. And today is your day. Today you're gonna feel like a badass all day long, and I'm so excited for you, and I'm gonna feel like one too, so we're in this together. We've already been talking about your morning routine, so that should get you buzzing and vibrating in this high vibrancy every morning. We've talked about self-expression, so that way you are putting in that effort, you are trying it out, and that way every time you look in the mirror or you check out your outfit, it's giving you this little hit of like, yeah, I got it going on, okay? And then we've been talking about your story. And the story part of like what we buy into about our lives and about ourselves is so important. And so the story you're gonna be buying into today is what a total badass you are. Okay, if you don't believe me, okay, if you're like, I'm just like totally average, we need to just stop all that right there and think of a new identity for you. Just like you're able to pick the way that you view your life, you're able to pick the way that you view yourself. And so pick the identity of I am unstoppable. Like I am on a next level. Like you cannot mess with me. I am so fierce. If you're having a hard time accessing those feelings, a really great way to do that on demand is to imagine what somebody you really admire must be thinking. So this can be a musician or a celebrity. All of us women, we pick Angelina Jolie every time because she's so fierce, she's so sexy, she's so bad, she's just next level, right? What is Angelina Jolie thinking when she walks down the street? You know, and my mind immediately is like, oh my God, she's thinking like, I am so untouchable. I have got it made. Everything I'm gonna do today is so cool just because that's who I am. Like everything that pours out of me is just brilliant and next level, right? Doesn't matter whether Angelina or your chosen person actually thinks that way. And if you can't find a specific person, just like make up a composite person of somebody super badass. Like, oh, I imagine that like, you know, an author would feel really cool, or a pilot would feel really cool. Pick that person and imagine what they must be thinking. You get to steal their thoughts. That's what you get to do. You get to create and imagine what they must be thinking. Whether they actually think it or not is not relevant, and then you get to think those thoughts for yourself. Of course, a part of our brains are going to be fighting all along the way and be like, but I'm not badass, but I'm not super hot, but I'm not unstoppable, you know? That is irrelevant, because the people who go for it and who become those awesome, untouchable people, they did the same work that we're doing right now. It started by them believing that maybe there was a chance for them. Maybe they are a little bit badass. Maybe they're not like everyone else. Maybe they do have something special to offer the world. And so you need to just kind of let your mind go there. And so what I want you to do today is to write down, right after this video, write down a list of all of your accomplishments and things that you've done and created in your life that you can feel proud of. If you can't think of anything, then instead think, if I could feel proud of things in my life, what would it be? If I did feel good about some things in my life, what might they be? And write those down. And this is going to be your list that you're going to reference today. So this is going to be you creating a really powerful, empowering story about your life, which is why we talked about stories yesterday to set us up for today, where we get to pick the stories that we buy into about ourselves. And so all day long, you're going to be referencing why you are such a badass person, why you're able to create these feelings on demand. And remember, our feelings are just created by our thoughts, which means you pick thoughts on purpose and you take full responsibility for the way you feel today. That is your homework. Full responsibility. So if you feel crummy in 2 hours from now, hold up, take a quick break, ask yourself, what thoughts made me feel this way, and then have full responsibility for those thoughts. Don't blame it on, oh, it's because of the weather. Oh, it's because blah, blah, blah called me and put me in a bad mood. No one has a control over your mood except for yourself. Your mood is created in here through your thoughts. So think thoughts that you imagine a badass person must feel, and that will create the feeling of badassness and then you will operate from a badass place all day. How magic is this? And then you will look at your life tomorrow, you'll look back on today and you'll be like, dang, that really worked. I really took my life to the next level. I'm going to take it to the next level again today. And this is how you create a life that you're proud of, that you feel good about. If your life is not what you want it to be, don't use that as an excuse to not feel good. Don't use that as, you're still a badass, okay? Just the fact that you're here. Just the fact that some people who have struggled with so much depression or anxiety or suffering in their lives didn't just quit and drop out of the race altogether. Like the fact that you are here, you're in it, you're trying, you're fighting, you're moving forward, that is something to be proud of. That could be the first thing that you write down on your list today, of writing down things that you're proud of, things you can feel good about. Put that list on your phone, take a picture of it, and reference it all day long. When you need a little hit, when you need a little boost, to remind yourself, this is the kind of person that I am. Ariel says I'm a badass, that means I'm a badass. Done. If you need a little bit more motivation, I have a really great video on the Ariel Show called You Are a Badass. It's one of my most popular videos, and my fans and viewers say they use it to get themselves pumped up on the way to school in the morning. Anytime they need a little hit, they watch this thing and it just gets them fired up. So I'm gonna put that link up. You can watch that video if you need a few more ideas of what a badass you are. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you tomorrow. Have a great day.